There's a video that came out from Sneako recently. Sneako claims the red pill is dead. I'm like, this gotta be clickbait. Let's take a listen.
The whole idea of the red pill is dead. It's over. It was never even clearly defined. People would call you red pill if you were a Christian, if you were Muslim, if you were speaking about feminism, if you were manosphere, if you were an atheist in Miami with a sleeve tattoo and botted 500K followers. The red pill became this.
That was super specific. I don't know who he's shading, but it's like, if you live in Miami with a sleeve tattoo and 500 botted subscribers,
That's the specific.
That's very specific.
Sounds like
whoever it's for knows it's for them. And whoever's like deep in this loser sphere also probably knows who it is.
It became this niche idea that anybody could latch onto for a hint of clout, very quickly turned into a cesspool of some of the biggest leeches, weirdos, and dorks on the internet.
Is it a coincidence that he's filming on that in front of a red Tate truck?
That's a good question.
Look at the truck in the back, bro.
You know what? I'll say, like, for all his faults, Sneako's probably artistically enough inclined to have chosen that on purpose. I don't think that's a mistake.
And why is it all the B-roll about the boutique behind, the massage and stuff like that? It's so weird. Is it because the red pill are dummies?
Ooh,
play it.
Okay.
But the resentment starts when so many of those people that I helped defended all this stuff, they ended up snaking me more than any of the liberals. The people that I'm supposed to be up against ideologically have ended up showing some graciousness, have admitted that they were wrong. While the red pill influencers, they turned on me for a hint of clout, because it's not really about masculinity. Ultimately, the biggest mistake being part of the red pill manosphere wasn't really the ideology. The biggest mistake were being around people who are full of shit. If I were to ever do an apology video, it would be for being associated with these leeches. You don't need to follow this. Red pill is dead. Follow God.
Cool. I can't believe none of what that dude says. Is the flip flop is real. If he was a shoe, he'd be a Crocs or some kind of sandal. Tells so much that he flip flops, and it's okay. Maybe he found it, but that's been his MOs ever since you introduced me to that dude. Mm-hmm. It's been a flippity flop. Flips more than a pancake because you benefited from that. And now it serves you it no longer serves you a purpose that you're just gonna toss it out. So now you're gonna move on to the next thing. Now it's God. Then you're gonna toss that out when it's gonna be out, and then it's gonna be what? Is he a trans surfer? I don't know, but it sounds to me like that.
Say trans surfer?
Trans.
Oh, like trend. Okay. I heard trans surfer.
No, I said it like that. But
I don't know what the sex change got to do with surfing, but that's crazy.
I did what I did, and I knew exactly what I was doing. But anyways.
From what I've seen, he's been on his, religious path for the last, 3-4 years. And, he seems to be doing a lot of the labor. He goes, he travels for it. He spends time in prayers. He goes to meetups. He goes to mosque on a regular basis. So it seems like he just really has converted. At first, I thought he was doing the Tate thing where Tate became Muslim and then all of a sudden talking shit about Muslims and Mohammeds. But it seems like, no, he's just been very consistent. So is he flip-flopping? Sure. But I mean, what person in their early to mid-20s does it? At least now it seems like he's trying to be consistent, and he has been. So people change.
Sure, we'll see until he flips again, and if he doesn't, good. It's not like I'm not happy for him or whatever. I don't feel anything from that for that guy.
I mean, you know what's fascinating about all these people who came from this world and all the problems that they have with it? When you listen to the reasons why even now they're against it, I'll just play it back just so you guys can hear what he said.
When so many of those people that I helped defended all this stuff, they ended up snaking me more than any of the liberals. The people that I'm supposed to be up against ideologically have ended up showing some graciousness, have admitted that they were wrong. While the red pill influencers, they turned on me for a hint of clout.
And I've noticed this just being around content creators now for some time. But it sounds like what the movement is about or whatever is not that important. What is more important is their personal relationships with each other, right? It doesn't really matter that they were selling poison or a lot of dumb fucking things and scams and stuff like that. What they really get outraged by, even when you look at him, the most amount of emotion that he's shown is when he talks about the people who did him dirty.
Yeah, because it's us versus them. And now you're throwing me under the bus. I thought we were supposed to be a unit.
Even when he says, I have to make an apology video, it's about associating with these people. It's like, okay, well, fair. Well, isn't it more important that the people you associated with may have been selling poison to the folks that are coming on, and that you also endorse them, right? It's never about the audience. It's never about the message itself or all the things that are involved with it. It's always comes back to the relationships with each other and how you make me feel. And I just think it's funny.
It's boys being
when
boys.
people have this influence. Yes, it is. People have this influence. And it's never about the influence. It's always about their own relationships with each other.
They feel like it affects their influence. So when you betray me, it's because you're affecting my influence. So they're gonna throw you under the bus. Oh, you did that? Yeah, but you sound like scam. Don't matter. He's against us. The boys club. What I meant, even people that they talk shit about, they feel some kind of bond with. And you can't betray them. You're supposed to be Oktoberfest, sauerkraut and sausage. Boys being boys.
Let me.
If I were to ever do an apology video, it would be for being associated with these leeches.
I wonder, like, when he sat across from Walter, and Walter said he had 1,000 body count, and he knew he was lying. Like, you don't care about, like, when you're there and you're in it. Like, you guys don't care that the niggas beside you are just lying, and you know they're lying through their teeth, but that's your boy, so you're gonna support him.
But
like,
everybody is lying.
And also just ask, like, is that like when you have this, like, I guess, quote unquote loyalty at the expense of your audience? You guys not care about the scams? I just wonder about that. That's what runs through my head. Like, if you my homie, right, and you up here telling a bold faced lie, I know you scamming, nigga, I ain't rocking with you. And I wonder how these guys know they're all full of shit and they don't say nothing most of the time. That's what I wonder.
It doesn't matter. It's the message is important. If it means that you have to lie, as long as it's for the message. Remember that video? It was her girl. It was Amanda Seals.
This is really happening all the time. And even if it was a hoax for the sake of bringing attention to this, then I'm like, that's low-key noble. Like, I'm
low-key noble.
Yeah.
That's the whole low-key noble thing. If you have to lie for the cause, it don't matter. It helps the cause, so you're low-key noble.
Whoa.
I
gotta give you that. That's a good point.
But that ship is sinking.
Yeah.
But as long as you're rowing, it doesn't matter.
There's some other things that came up afterwards that kind of exacerbated this whole thing. So I'll just play those.
I tweeted at Tate yesterday because after years of saying he didn't want to stream on Kick because they promote gambling, after years of Tristan saying that gambling and degeneracy and is ruining the West, Tate promotes his gambling website. And this is a day after he said people with the name Mohammed are ruining the West. Coming from a Muslim guy. A Muslim guy who's saying there's too many Mohammeds and then promoting a gambling link. For a long time, I'll be real with you, a lot of Muslims have been apprehensive to talk about Andrew Tate because they don't want to push him away. Because they know the influence he has, and they know that if the most famous revert leaves Islam, it's going to be very detrimental.
Bro, one, it's not going to be detrimental. People really don't care because most people didn't believe it. Two, that is true that a lot of people were reluctant to say anything because they're like, he's the coolest guy. It's good for us or whatever. But, listen, I don't think it's anyone's place to say who's a real Muslim or who's not. At the end of the day, everyone's going to have their own religious journey, so I'm not going to sit here and participate in that conversation. But there were a lot of people that were doing this whole, people to this day who wear religion like it's a flashy coat. You get what I'm trying to say? It's to peacock a little bit. They're not actually religious. They don't actually do any of the labor. They don't actually present themselves. They don't pray. But they just say it because it looks cool to wear a cross and it brings you certain attention. There's some people who literally will not vote for you unless they know your religious affiliation. So you can just say, I'm a Christian, and then afterwards,
I take it a bit like veganism, CrossFit. People say that they're part of those things because it looks like you have a dedication to something and looks like you're able to like you have discipline. Yeah. So they're gonna boast about that. I'm vegan. Shut up. We don't care. Go eat your tofu. Do your thing. Nobody gives a fuck. But they can't shut the hell up about that thing. I'm vegan. Oh my God, I'm vegan. The minute they find out something is their whole identity because they make sacrifice. I make sacrifice, and then it becomes their whole thing, their whole persona. The realest Muslim or whatever religion you could think about, they don't really talk about it. If you ask, they'll say, but or else than that, they just live their life.
Yeah, especially even the guys in the male self-development area. Like the people who fell for the Tate thing make me laugh because do you guys not remember how this guy made his money? How he was proud of it too, scamming men. He would talk about it openly. And then these guys would turn around and be like, no, he really cares about men being good. This nigga don't care about nothing but making fucking money. And all the guys who got scammed by him, even though y'all saw the clips and y'all ignored it, I don't feel that bad. If someone tells you they're a scammer, they tell you how they get their money, and then they do it again to you, I don't give a shit.
You see, the thing with Tate and religion, he did the same MO that he did with Pimpin that he did with religion.
Yeah.
He went the same way. He was talking about it both because that became his cloak. That became who he was because it made him, I got dedication because I'm a businessman because I got this.
got nothing,
And then
bro.
he got caught doing whatever, but he was under an investigation and he had to switch up. So he took the same thing with religion and he went the same way about boasting.
Pimpins, trafficking, don't matter what it is. Now it's gambling. But here, I'll listen to him himself.
And me and my brother, and eventually some staff I trained, would do all the talking. The girls were just pure, just famoosers, just laughing and doing this. And they were talking ice cold hustlers. We were taking their money, all of it. And they come and say, what kind of, all of it. We were milking them dry. Women haven't got a clue how to famoose a dude. They don't have, because they rely on their looks. They don't have any of the intellect. They have no game, nothing.
There's some though. There's
nothing.
There's some.
Nah, you get a man with game and give him a female's body, a female avatar. You will I had these guys selling their houses, life savings, loans, all of it to me. Give me it all.
And I play that clip just to say, like, this guy would openly admit how he loved to fleece dudes to make his wealth. And he was proud and he boasted about it. And you guys thought he would turn around and give a shit about y'all. So if you got scammed by this whole movement or whatever, you're the fucking idiot. Period.
I can take the same video that he did about pimping, and then you remove all that pimping stuff, and when he was talking about religion, and it's kind of the same MO that he's emulating.
Yeah.
It looks like Tate regrets becoming Muslim. And so him, after all years of saying that gambling is evil, taking a gambling deal, it's just, they saw what happened last year when I had a disagreement with Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate threatened to destroy my career. You remember that? And so other people don't want the same thing to happen to them.
Sneako, I understand what you're saying, and I'm glad that you see it. But what you're describing that Tate is doing is exactly what you did. Is exactly what you did. You went from one thing, and then you were doing some videos, and they were good at first, and then after that, you moved on to some weird videos in between, right? Disrespecting people in the street and having your kids fan base being weird, and you're like, no, that's not what I said. And then you moved on to the red pill, and then you went to that, and we could say to you that you did the same thing that he did, and then now you're good. You're with God and everything, and I hope it's true and everything and stuff. But what you're blaming Tate is doing, he did it before you did it. You're doing what he's doing.
That's fair. That's a fair point. I think the only saving grace is that Sneako's much younger, right? Pretty normal for someone in their early to mid 20s change.
You're right.
So
You're right.
I think that's the only difference. But
You're right.
You made a good point.
You're right. But that's what I think.
But he goes on to say like how dorky and loserish all these men are, and I do agree. I feel like a lot of the stuff.
You're fired.
Hey, we got somebody in the background. Just, hey, I got something to say. That's true. They are dorks. When people say the red pill is dead, I have to think a lot of that's true. I feel like a lot of the guys who were very popular back then are no longer popular today, from Tate to a lot of these other people. You don't hear about them nearly as much because they're no longer big on most of these platforms. People don't tune in for it. People don't care. Men aren't having the same appetite for it as they used to.
Maybe they realized that it was not a thing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people who even went this route and tried a lot of the advice that these guys were giving realized a lot of it was empty.
Like they feel like they were not happy.
I've had so many DMs from dudes. Oh, I did the whole red pill thing.
Yeah.
And, like, it really fucked up my relationship. My girl left me, and like now I'm in a better place. But a lot of stuff was bad for me. So this stuff, if your movement's built on sand, eventually people are going to realize that they're going to move out. You understand? Think about some of the stuff that used to be said that we used to hear that was really popular over there.
I don't want to sound like an asshole, man, but I don't do shit for the express pleasure of women, man. It's a waste of time. It's way more important to protect her than to please her. Who gives a fuck about a woman's orgasm? It's useless.
Right.
Sorry.
Wait a minute. You said who gives a... Have a woman ever had an orgasm with you when you was having sex?
Yeah,
Do you know how that feels for you?
Yeah, but I don't. It's, like I'm not like in there like trying to like make it happen. I just like do it if it happens.
You're not in there at all,
Don't,
apparently. My bad.
That is true. Only put it.
My bad. My bad. My bad.
I'll give it to you. But just remember, this used to be advice that was popular back then. saying stuff like, "Oh, don't please your women. It's not really important, whatever it is," or don't live with your girl. You remember when they talking about? I gotta play this part.
You should move.
Nah, I gotta play this part. This part. You can read what the title says.
The 5 reasons why you shouldn't live with your girlfriend.
And this was also for your wife. So that advice also applies to your wife.
You could be the biggest, most, I guess, tallest, most masculine alpha out there. We got even our friends at Tate's that live in Romania. No matter who you are, things get softer. You tend to like say, you know what? You want to stay in, watch a movie, you get some ice cream with her, you take her out. Oh, babe, can we cuddle? And before you know it, time passes along and you're like, damn, I didn't go to the gym today. I didn't work on my business. You put it off tomorrow or next week, just chill with your girl. And you may say, well, Fresh, I'm strong, bro. I got willpower. I could go past that shit. Well, you can for a little bit, but not forever. And it happens to everybody. No one's really safe because at some point in time, you're gonna bend the knee, no pun intended, bend the knee to her will or her way at some point. A casualty of circumstances living together, which means you become I want to say the word cuck, but like you become kind of complacent because under her like spells.
Motherfucker, I'm under your spell right now because you got me believing you speak in English and I'm having a hard time understanding.
All right, that was a little bit unnecessary. But
Very unnecessary.
But these guys are essentially telling you don't live with your. I think it's a bad idea to live with your girl because think about this, think about that. If you think about it, the reason why it's bad is if you spend time with your girl, you're not working on your business. So essentially, spending time with family, your partner is bad because you could be at the gym or you could be working.
So what do? You don't spend time with your girl. You go to the gym while your girl fucks someone else.
And
time saving.
And this is why, like, the more these guys talk, the more they kept coming across as a bit gay. The nuclear family is the most important. Myron breaks up with his girl. Why? So he can work. And she wanted kids.
Forget kids. She just wanted to fuck, maybe.
Maybe. It's possible.